day I was doing his rituals, final rituals, Maharaj he picked up my phone right away and then he called me a couple of times. And then after 10 days, I think 15 days, I think 10th of April, he was supposed to come from Cochin to Vrindavan. And he said, okay, Giri, I would like to come and see you on the way. And then he was supposed to reach 10 a.m. at Delhi airport, and his flight got delayed 8 hours. So he came Delhi around 6 p.m. Then 6:30 out of airport, and he took some prasadam around 7:30. And then he's calling me, I'm coming to your place. He's so tired. And then I'm telling him, okay, Maharaj, you don't have to come because you can. He has to go from New Delhi to Vrindavan. Vrindavan is almost 4 hours drive from Delhi airport. And then I kept telling him that, okay, please, you can proceed to Vrindavan. But he made it sure that he came to my place, he reached to my place 9:30 p.m. Like it was so late, 9:30 p.m. And he has to do the early morning, 4:30, the Mangal Aarti at iskcon. And he still stayed half an hour with me, my mother, my sisters, everybody, and he blessed us. Otherwise, nobody will do it. 9:30, we have to travel 3.5, 4 hours, and we are not his, we are not his initiation, or we are not getting any initiation, we are not initiated. He just came out of respect or out of love. So we need person like him. It's just not a guru, but like a human being first and then his guru. That's the only thing I would like to share with you, that he is great and we are in safe hands. Hare Krishna.
Who wants to be next? Who wants to speak? Go ahead, Shoshu.
Hare Krishna. Guru Maharaj is so great, as Rishabdev Prabhu explained how it happened. I was in the temple room at that time. This happened, and I saw the wisdom on his face of the sadhana he has done. He got up very nicely, and he walked and paid his obeisances to the deities, and then he walked out. He walked out just like a lion coming out of the cage, and he just walked away. And then I approached him. I said, Maharaj, would you take me into your shelter? He said, I may not be coming back, so that doesn't arrive. That happened after a few years. We fought it, brought Maharaj back to give us initiation. So I have a lot of respect for that. At the same time, he taught me. We went to Sharanagati on a trip. So he taught a lot of things, like what we are all about, and why should we be holding our anger, not holding grudges, but holding the anger inside and dissipate by Krishna's consciousness, by doing Mahamad. And that is a very big achievement I learned, that to hold the anger and then dissipate by Mahamad. So it has got a power, which I got. That's all I would say, and I would say everybody should be chanting and controlling that. We all have the same problem. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mamita? Nirmal?
So, what is Guru? What is spiritual master? Jiva has been wandering for countless, since time immemorial, in the material world, the Mother Jiva, conditioned soul. And conditioned soul, when he becomes exhausted materially, starts to make and inquire, why am I suffering? Who am I? The Shastra has said, Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jiv Guru Krishna Prasade Bhakti Bhakta Vij. We have this yearning within our deepest within our hearts, often impelled by suffering, where we feel we need to somehow make some connection with God. God being the supreme soul, us being the individual soul. Purna Chit, Anuchit. Here's our pitiful cry from deep within the heart. And because he is also living with us within the same heart as Paramatma, he knows exactly what our desire is. The desire is the key element in our relationship with God. So when God sees the sincere cry of the jiva, he makes an external appearance in the form of Guru. So who is Guru? Is Guru Pandit? Does Guru necessarily have to be Brahman? In Shastra, in the Puranas, it said, Satkarma Ikno Vipro Mantras Tantra Visharada E Vaishnava Guru Nasya Vaishnava Swatacha Guru. Even if Guru appears in the family of dog eater, isn't born Brahman, if he is learned in Shastra, if he has freed from material desire, if he's realized in Bhav Bhakti, if he has Bhav for Krishna, he's free from material desires, he's qualified as Guru. Srila Jiva Goswami has stated that one should accept Guru not as family Guru, hereditary Guru, through ecclesiastical or social conventions. This means Guru cannot be appointed by religious institution. Here's your Guru, he's in your GBC zone, etc. Your Guru is not selected in this way, nor is Guru selected through social conventions. My friends are initiated by this Guru, so because my friends are initiated by this Guru, therefore I will take initiation from this Guru, I'll accept this Guru. No, Srila Jiva Goswami advises this is not the proper way. One should accept a Guru according to Shastra conjunctions and according to the divine arrangement of Krishna. You can search the world over for Guru, you'll never find them. But yet you can be living in the most remote part of the world, and if your desire is sincere to have Guru, Krishna will send Guru knocking on your door. This has happened for many of us in the case of HH Vedavyasapriya Maharaj. Maybe we are initiated by other Guru, maybe you're initiated by Prabhupada, maybe you're initiated by some other pure Shuddha Vaishnava. But when Vaishnava appears in our life and speaks the words, which rings the same as our Guru, and we know he's Shiksha Guru, we know he's Guru. This was my experience with HH Vedavyasapriya Maharaj. When he spoke to me, I could understand this person is speaking something that's touching my heart in such a profound way that he can only be my Gurudev. So I can understand this, having this Shiksha Guru relationship. So Guru is Vaishnava. Guru is not appointed, Guru is not social, Guru is Vaishnava. These are the words of Srila Narottam Das Thakur in his song Thakur Vaishnava Pada. I'll just read the English. The lotus feet of the venerable Vaishnavas are the greatest treasure in the world. Oh brother, please listen with rapt attention. Sri Krishna never forsakes one who, having taken shelter of the Vaishnavas, lovingly worships him. All others perish without purpose. There is nothing more powerful than the water that has washed the lotus feet of a Vaishnava to give the strength to attain prema bhakti. There is no greater ornament than the dust of the lotus feet of the Vaishnava to serve as the ornament for one's head. The purifying qualities of water from holy places are written in the Puranas, but all this cheats one of the wealth of bhakti. Actually, the water from holy places is not as purifying as the water that has washed the feet of Vaishnavas, by which one's desires are fulfilled. The heart feels joyful at every moment in the company of Vaishnavas where topics of Krishna are always discussed. With a restless heart, Narottam Das Thakur cries, "Why have I been torn from their association?" So in closing, the purport is we should always be ready to accept the association of Shuddha Bhaktas within our life, to avail ourselves to their precious instructions. They're only giving their association and their guidance for our ultimate benefit, to attain Prema Bhakti. Therefore we offer our humble obeisances and our heart overwhelmed with love for Srila Vedavyasapriya Swami Maharaj. We thank him for the graces he's bestowed upon us all. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Evil.